Valhallas Demise at you once again with another way to get into V's mansion. After all, I know this could have actually been an old method. I don't actually know if it's much easier to make the jump. I've had some people come in the comments of the last video. The last video is incredibly it was great, like 20,000 some views or something last time I remember looking at it. Tons and tons of comments. Did have some people say that they didn't like certain things about it and stuff. So one of the things that was told in the comments is an easier way to make the jump across to the building is to use the air dash perk, which does require level 15 reflexes and 3 perk points put into the air dash perk itself in order to unlock that ability. We'll wind up using that here in just a little bit. Climbing the building's pretty much the same. The problem is that I've found in my old quote unquote method was to call in a bike inside V's mansion, apartment, penthouse, whatever, and that would allow you to take control of that bike. I can no longer get it to reliably spawn inside the mansion. I'll show that a little bit in the video here as well when we get to it. But for now, it's just getting over these walls and stuff. I made a much cleaner video on actually getting in over all this stuff the first time around, but it's a little bit fiddly. It's all a little bit fiddly, and it's all a lot convoluted. There are also people that will say that if you take Johnny's jacket, the replica of Johnny's jacket from the safe room, weapons room area of V's mansion, that it could soft lock that ending of the game. It's not something that I've gotten around to testing. I've played through all the endings. I've 100% the game, but the air dash makes this jump way smoother. I also am going to show how I can no longer get the bike to spawn inside the mansion, so I'm going to create a save when I get down here just so I can show that. Do the nice little slide down the side of the building there to keep from taking any damage. And then what I would do in the previous method after the last update was I would stand on this railing here and call a bike, and it would instantly spawn the bike inside the apartment, but it's not reliable anymore. And that's one of the things that I don't like about this newest method is it's not as, I mean, the old method was convoluted, but I don't feel much better about this method either. It's not a one shot, go for it, you're in, it's done sort of thing. It's just not working that way, unfortunately. So reload the game so I can get both of my bikes up on the roof here. I'm still going to use 2 bikes. I managed to pull this off once, only using one by parking a bike in the front door, and it didn't require it. It's also a lot more fiddly. I had fully given up on being able to get any vehicles up here because it is so much more fiddly now to actually get them to spawn in the lawn yard area of the mansion here. You just have to wander around and spam the button until they pop up. But I'm still going to use 2 bikes. One's just a guarantee sort of thing to make sure that we're able to actually get back out, and that method still works the same. The issue is I can no longer get one to spawn inside the apartment, which was, I felt like a cleaner way to do this, easier way. So we're going to park. This is the bike I'm going to use for the exit. I like the Apollos. I like Scorpion's Apollo and the regular Apollo because they seem to have the widest handlebars of any bikes. So those are the ones that I like to use for this. Because what we need is the handlebar to clip through the door so we can use that to make our escape. And used to be the entrance, but I can't get them to spawn inside anymore. And because of that, I've just decided to mess around and see if I couldn't cheese some way through like I was doing with the All Foods in the live stream, where I just kind of drove through a window. And what I wound up finding was if we park another bike here And this is the reason why I showed the stunt jockey perk, whatever it's called, at the start of it, where like you can double press B. I wanted to turn that off, to turn off the vehicle eject, just to make sure you didn't need that perk. And it does not seem that way, but this is not as reliable. So it'll take a few tries. It takes me a few tries every time I try this. And it will either randomly spawn you across, like into the room and put you through the door, or it will spawn you through the ceiling and put you in the bathroom upstairs. And either way, it will actually put you in, but it's so much... I don't like it as much as I liked my old method. And again, somebody could have done this before, for all I know. If they have, shout them out in the comments. I did find this on my own. And no, it's not a mod. Before anybody asks, it's not a mod. This is recorded on Xbox, and I'll show proof of that at the end of the video. So if you can get the bike to park the other way, the handlebar may stick through and you can still get inside. So I'm just going to make some loops through. There's some clothing items like V's expensive leggings, V's golden aviators, and V's gold-plated boots and stuff that I believe you can take from here, and it will not like lock your game up. Again, I need to test the variables and see if it will lock up your game. Just be cautious about taking Johnny's replica jacket from the weapons room, because I've heard that it can soft lock the game, and it is a quest item. So just keep that in mind. If you've already done all the different endings and stuff, then it shouldn't be any concern for you. And this is why I don't like this new method, is it's so much more fiddly to actually get like a good pop off the bike and it actually put you through the wall or through the ceiling. And I've tried different angles. I have not tried any vehicles other than the Apollos yet. I'm going to assume it's because the bike sees that it's got a wall in front of and behind it, and so it's popping you off. It will also sometimes shoot you off to the side. I don't like this method, but it is a new way in with the new update, since I cannot get a bike to spawn inside the apartment anymore. And I'm going to leave all the flukes in here. Just more evidence that I'm not messing around as far as I'm concerned. Just more validation of the truth of it. Not that many people disliked the last video or anything. It was the second most viewed video on my channel. So hopefully as many people find this one useful or enjoyable. I'm surprised they patched it that quickly. I think what they patched was like where vehicles tend to spawn, and they've just like narrowed it down even more to where vehicles really only want to spawn on the road. But I find it more consistent, as you can see, to have the vehicle parked on the opposite direction to where the handlebars wouldn't want to lean into the door. If you mess around with it enough, you'll kind of understand what I'm saying. And even here, I just got through. It popped me into the bathroom upstairs. And coming straight back down here, it just bounces me off again. So this really is an incredibly fiddly way. And this is really, you know, if you're just absolutely determined to get in there to get those last couple of sort of items that are more exclusive or whatever. And here I'm just going to show that this is on the update 2.02. And it is on Xbox, to go ahead and dispel anyone that goes, this is a mod. There weren't many of those people, but just in case anyone wants to try to say that, I can go, well, here's the timestamp, and you can see that this is indeed on Xbox, and it is indeed on version 2.02, as you can see in the upper right hand corner of the screen there, 2.02. So, and here it is going back to the Xbox dashboard. It's on Xbox, it's recorded from Xbox. No mods, no trickery. Hopefully useful and not as appealing to me as the method that I had before this. Anyway, that's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my patron, Swift Logic. Remember to be safe, be good. Hope to catch you in the next video.